Here's 5 talking points from Manchester United's 3-0 win against Everton yesterday. First off, professional win. Obviously, look, we did know that there was a lot of noise and a lot of, fan uproar in relation to the Everton 10-point deduction. And we knew it was going to be a hostile atmosphere at Goodison Park yesterday. And I think we coped with it relatively well. Now, look, like I said throughout the watch-along yesterday, first half, we were pretty bad. Obviously, we'll get on to Garnacho in a few minutes, but outside of that, United were dominated by Everton, and Everton probably deserved at least 1 goal in the first half, if not 2. But second half, I think, was completely different. I think we controlled the game a lot more. We defended better. We kept possession better. And we created a lot more chances. So whatever Eric Ten Hag done at half-time, it worked because United came out a different team in the second half. And I think we controlled the game. We controlled the crowd, got the second goal, and got the 3 points, which is vitally needed. So I think it was a good professional performance out United overall, to go to a ground, where it's going to be a cauldron of atmosphere and come away with the 3 points. I think it showed a lot of character, and it's something that United have been lacking an awful lot this season, is character. But we certainly showed it in the second half yesterday. Okay, up next, Garnacho's goal. What an unbelievable goal. What an unbelievable goal. I mean, I've been watching it again today, and it just gets better every time you look at it. Is it better than Rooney's goal? I've mentioned it already. I think it is. I think it's better than Rooney's. Is it, better than the likes of Ronaldo's in the Champions League or Gareth Bale in the Champions League final? I'm not too sure, but it's certainly up there, and it's in the discussion. And for such a young player to do it, to have the confidence to go and do it, he moves so quickly as well. The cross in from Delo has got a bit of pace on it, and he's got to move maybe 3 or 4 feet backwards. And he's in the air when the ball is 10 or 15 feet away from him. He's up. It was just a thing of beauty. It really, really was. And it goes to show the level of quality that this kid has. And he needs to keep his head on the ground. One little bit of criticism I would have is he needs to stop doing Ronaldo's celebration. Get your own one. Now, you score a goal like that, do what you want. You know what I mean? But get your own celebration, in my opinion. He's going to be an absolute superstar if he can keep his head on the ground, keep his feet on the ground, keep trying to improve week in, week out. I think he's got the right manager to do that. I think Ten Hag will keep him, grounded as much as possible. He's out now. We've seen yesterday he's doing interviews now as well. His English is obviously getting better as well. He's going to be an absolute superstar if he keeps his feet on the ground. And I'm just happy we've got him tied down to a long-term contract because, if he continues to do things like that yesterday, it's not going to be long before the big European giants are going to be sniffing around him. Next up, Kobe Manu, and an absolute masterclass. I think, look, we've seen snippets of Kobe Manu in pre-season, and I've seen, some reserve games and some underage games, over the last maybe 12 to 18 months where he has been playing. But my God, he blew me away yesterday. He absolutely, he's got class beyond his age. He's got, composure beyond his age. He looks like a Manchester United player, confident, looking to get on the ball, always seems to be in space, very, very rarely gives it away, knows when to go short, knows when to go long, and tries to go forward all the time. And I think that's the most important thing. He reminded me an awful lot of Michael Carrick yesterday, where every time he got on the ball, he was looking to go forward. There was drops to the shoulder that reminded me of Busquets, that, in these little tight areas where he stops and turns and he looks like he's going backwards but then pivots and goes forward. I was blown away by his performance yesterday. Now, I don't want to get too carried away because he's still a young kid, but Eric Ten Hag obviously trusts him. We mentioned the atmosphere that was going to be there at Goodison Park yesterday, and Ten Hag trusted it to put him in and to give him his first Premier League start, and my God, he didn't disappoint. He just looks like a player that's ready, and I think he should be looked at as a regular starter from now on. Not game in, game out. I don't think he's probably there yet. And I don't think we should be putting that type of pressure on him, even though I think he looks like a kind of a player that would thrive under it. But he certainly is going to be an important player for Manchester United, for the remainder of this season and into the future, because if that performance is anything to go by, again, we said it about Garnacho, he's going to be a superstar. Now, next up, Onana. A lot of people owe this man an apology. he's been phenomenal the last few games for us. He really has. His shot stopping has gone to another level the last few games. We know how good he is with the ball at his feet. I think we're seeing the exact reason why Eric Ten Hag wanted Andre Onana over the last few games. He's now got the most clean sheets. He's joint top with the most clean sheets in the Premier League at the moment. And for a Man United team that's supposedly having the worst start to a season ever in the Premier League, you know, stats back up that Andre Onana is by far and away the right goalkeeper for Manchester United. A lot of people saying De Gea, you know, should still be there. We should have never got rid of him. I thought it was time for De Gea to move on. And when Onana was going through the difficult period that he was at the start of his United career, I was saying, give him time. Give him time. He has the aura of confidence even when he's not playing well. And I said, he'll be okay. This lad is, you know, not going to bow to criticism. He's going to be all right. And he's turned the corner. He's been really good. Yesterday, he made some absolutely unreal saves. And I think it's the confidence that he has is spreading to the back four in front of him. And I think, you know, we look at the likes of Maguire, another great performance yesterday. I think him improving is in no small part to Andre Onana. And obviously, I played in defence at, you know, at much, much lower level. But I think it still stands that if you got a goalkeeper behind you that you're trusting and you're confident is going to be there to sweep up if the ball goes in over the top, you know, it breeds confidence throughout your defence. So, big up to Andre Onana, and let's hope he can continue it. And last but not least, Rashford still sluggish. Look, he scored a goal yesterday, and, you know, you would hope that there's a bit of confidence now, you know, to bring forward into other games. Obviously, he is going to miss the game against Galatasaray midweek due to suspension. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I'm not quite sure. He now doesn't have the pressure on his shoulders to say he's gone so many games without a goal. Even though, you know, Bruno handed him the ball and it was a penalty, he still now doesn't have to worry, you know, for the next few games to say, I've gone 5-6 games without a goal. But his performance levels need to improve. I don't know what it is with him. I just don't know. I can't figure it out. He's obviously playing on that right-hand side. He obviously prefers to play on the left. But, I mean, if Garnacho continues to score goals and put in performances the way he is, then I don't see that changing anytime soon. So I think he's going to have to get used to playing on the right. Again, his end product seems to have, you know, left him since last season. He tends to be running into dead ends. Second half, there was an improvement in him yesterday, and he didn't look as slumped and as you know, down as he has in the past few weeks. But there's still a long way to go for him to get back to, you know, the levels and the goals that he was putting up last season. Look, I'm not in any hurry to put an awful lot of criticism on Rashford, because I think there is a player there. I think we just have to see some form of consistency. I don't think we've seen consistency throughout Rashford's career in general. We've seen it maybe in fits and spells throughout games. Maybe he might have a 4 or 5 run spell, and of course we know that from last season. But I think throughout the entirety of his career, we haven't seen a lot of consistency. And I think if he can get that, you know, there is a player there. But he's going to have to get it soon, because, you know, we've lacked goals this season. And obviously we see Martial score yesterday. Obviously Garnacho scored and Rashford scored. So our forward line did score, you know, all three of our forwards who started the game. And we need to see more of that, because up until yesterday, I think there was only 1 goal scored by a forward throughout the entirety of the season, which is not good enough. But anyway, guys, look, let me know what you think on all of the talking points in the comment section below. You know, a good positive result for Manchester United, and we need it going into the Galatasaray game on Wednesday. We will be live for that as well, so keep an eye out for the up and coming content and the news shows every evening as well. But yeah, thanks for watching. Smash a like on the video, hit subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you on the next one.